Hello again, Business Central users, developers, consultants, enthusiasts. Um, Today I want to talk about Performance Profiler. Um, and why I want to cover that is because this is a tool that's available to everyone. Um, and it's a tool that can be utilized whenever we experience slowness in the system. And from the point I am in a support team with a partner, I can see the calls, the requests from the end users not slowing down regarding the performance. Hopefully, with the next releases, things will start to get better. But meanwhile, Microsoft introduced I think a year ago, a new tool that's 2022. A year ago, a new tool called Performance Profiler. And regardless of where you are in your company, if let's say your users complain about slowness searching for a document or posting a document or just slowness with loading a page or running a report, you have this tool available to you to dig a little bit deeper on what's in the backend, what's happening, what applications are responsible for performance, how long it takes to run that process, and so on. So let's get into it. We can use the Performance Profiler page in Business Central, sometimes also called the in-client Performance Profiler, to record a snapshot of the process that's just slower. And how do we do that? Well, there are two ways. One is using the global search or Alt Q and then type Performance Profiler, or we can use the help menu, help and support, troubleshooting, analyze performance. So let's see that in the application itself. We go here with on the global search and type Performance Profiler. You notice it's in the same browser window. If we want to disconnect it and have it in its own window, we click on this little guy and that will it will dislocate the window in its own browser window. Let's close that. Or the other method is to go to the help menu, help and support, analyze performance, and this time we don't need to take that window inside the browser window because it's already doing it on its own. Let's go through an example. So let's just use Performance Profiler, bigger browser, and we need to click on this guy here, and that will open the profiler in its own web page, edge page. And now let's record, let's say, a posting. How do we actually record performance? So once we have the Performance Profiler page, we can click on Start. Then that was one. Then the second thing is we go to the main BC Role Center page and we start playing the processes that we know they are slow. And then we come back here on the Performance Profiler page and we click on Stop. And we start Then on the right hand side, we're looking for something that we know it's slower. And some examples could be just browsing through a page with a lot of records, maybe. Let's say we're on the general ledger entries, and let's say we're searching for 3195. Well, that was fast. 067. Some fields here have the 067 in. Yeah, we can see them. So that would be one potential use case for slowness, searching for something in the page. Well, if that's the case, sometimes it's just better to use the filtering. So for example, if I wanted to look for document number that ends in 067, okay, if the global search here, the search here, it's not yielding good timing, you can use filtering here. Okay, so that would be a use case. Let's go through one process that assumably it runs slower. You notice it's still recording, and here we have quantity of 12 ready to ship and invoice 12. So let's click post. It's posted. And okay, so let's spend a little bit more time. Let's click on maybe creating a corrective credit memo. And I think we're done. Let's stop. The next thing is, of course, after we have the profiler data recorded, we need to analyze it. And we're going to find out that we have a section on the profiler results related to the active apps, which basically mean what extensions were running during our recording. Then we're going to look at how much time was spent on by each app to run all those use cases. And we can go a little bit even more into details of what has been run in terms of what functions or what objects were involved with the use cases we recorded. Let's see. Up it. So first part of the performance profiler results is regarding the active apps. We don't have too much. Here we have only base application and system application, and we can notice it says here how long it took, 222 milliseconds. Not too bad. This is good. We don't want to see something in the thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands duration, but 222 is not bad. And this one was 110, so it's even better. And then we have here a link for the show technical information. We can click on it, and we see here each of these two reported apps, how much they spent. So that's just another visual of this first result, first analysis point. And then yes, the same thing here by the application, the time spent by each application. And we also have the call tree and the events or the methods that were executed during the recording. during the playing of the use cases. Okay, so that's pretty much what the performance profile records. Sometimes it's easy to see, like in this case, nothing is going on. There is no slowness, hundreds of milliseconds. It's digestible by everyone. But yeah, in your cases it could look totally different, and some of the things here might make sense, while others might not make a lot of sense. If you have a partner or a Business Central developer, you can download a JSON, a file that contains all this data here, which I just did. Yes, I want to continue, and as you can see here, I have a file with the extension ALCPU profile. Let's go to it, and I'm gonna copy it in my temp folder. So we need to open the folder where we had the file, and if we have a closer look here on the file that we downloaded, we need to pay attention to this area here, where it's going to show us the number of milliseconds. We can see here a big number, 118,000. That's basically idle, nothing happened. But I do have some files that have a bit more data. So for example, this one, again, we've got some time in idle. We had some more time here, 109 milliseconds. This is most likely it's a Microsoft extension, master data management, and then we have this one, item tracking, setup tracking required. This is the function that took 111 milliseconds, and that is also part of the base application. So yeah, when the developer or the person that's getting your ALCPU profile file gets the file, they will be able to look at it and find out what was the extension that's causing the slowness the most. It could be that there is an extension developed by a third party, it could be an extension developed by your partner, or it could be a Microsoft extension. Regardless, your partner should be able to, or you should be able to send this file to the party that's responsible for the slowness. Most of the vendors, the ISVs with vendors of extensions have support emails and attach this file and explain that you're seeing slowness, and that should definitely be a step forward in resolving it. So as you can see, it's an easy to use tool. It allows your partner to be better armed when creating a new ticket with Microsoft, and that in its own it will be faster resolved if we provide this data. But this is it for today. Thank you for being here and for watching my videos. You want to get them first in your inbox, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.